Hi, this is my take on optimal cord clamping or delaying cord clamping and your baby's blood and cord blood storage. So one of my clients asked me about this and this is my take on it. So here I have one of my little props, which is a knitted womb with a knitted baby and an umbilical cord and a placenta. And so I'm going to do a very quick birth. This baby is head first, obviously scaled down from a freshborn. Your baby's going to be a lot bigger than this. Now, when the baby's born, initially, what we know is that for the first couple of minutes, I'm just checking Fred filming. The first couple of minutes, baby is receiving oxygen from the placenta, which is attached inside the wall of the lining wall of your womb, and still receiving everything that they need. Now, once they're out and in the air, so if they've been born in water and then brought up to the air, or they're born into the air, or maybe they even start breathing when their head is birthed into the air and the rest of the body's still inside, they start to oxygenate their blood a little bit themselves. And this process happens by itself. And when baby's breathing, clever stuff happens between the placenta and the baby. So your baby's lungs are starting to work with air and not fluid, because they had fluid in them when they were inside. And they're communicating back to the placenta to say, you know, we the lungs are now fully up and running. Placenta, you may now leave the womb. And so remember, it's really key to know this, that when your baby is first born, up to a third, up to a fifth of her blood, between a fifth and a third of her blood, or his, is still in the cord and the placenta. And that blood in the circuit in your baby, the cord and the placenta is the baby's blood. It's not the mother's blood, it's the baby's. And so what we're waiting for is for the placenta to detach from the inside of the womb and to come out. And we don't need to cut and clamp the cord before the placenta's out. Actually, you can wait until you've birthed the placenta. The midwife will catch that in a bowl. It'll fill up like, you know, a cereal bowl or slightly more, you know, like it's a decent sized lump. And what we want is for your baby to get all of her blood. If we cut and clamp the cord too soon...
Bear with me, I'm just closing the door.
Freddie's closing the door because the rest of the family have got back and we want to cut the noise out. What we want is for your baby to get their blood. And we know that this is normal, we know this is right. You look at Charles Darwin wrote about this. He wrote that if, you know, we tied off the cord too soon, that the infant would be weakened, okay? So just think of it like this. This is my example. It's really key that you know your baby's residual blood volume is still in the cord and the placenta when they're born, and you need time for that to all circulate into their body. If you had your freshborn baby in your arms now, you're sat at home with your little week-old baby and someone came in and they said, oh, I'd like a fifth of your baby's blood, you'd be like, no, no, you can't. If someone came in now and said to me, oh, I need a fifth of your blood, Sophie, for your son, you're a perfect match for this operation that he needs, life-saving, I'd be like, yeah, take it. But from a tiny little person, no thank you. If we cut and clamp their cord immediately at birth, we are depriving them of a significant amount of their blood volume, so much so that the brain in this baby might have to choose which of the vital organs it supplies blood with and reduce supply to other vital organs. That's not a position that we want a freshborn baby to be in. So next up, there are people that are called vampires. So these are the people that want to collect baby's blood. because it's full of stem cells that can be used for amazing scientific research. Fred, try not to show too much of the mess and paraphernalia in my bedroom. Thank you.
I'll zoom in.
Not too much though.
No, I mean I'll zoom in on you.
Okay. What was I saying? Okay, vampires. So people want stem cells to do research with, to develop cures for horrible diseases that inflict and, you know, impact people's lives and cause all sorts of terrible trouble. That's fine. We don't need to cut and clamp cords too soon, too early, so that we can get more baby's blood off to the research. Because what they've found now, there's one company in the UK who don't want to take cord blood as such from prematurely clamped cords. They can get it from the placenta, and we're only talking, they only need like 2 or 3 milliliters. I just want to show you, this is 1 ml in a syringe like this, okay? So they want 2 or 3 of those full of blood. That's not that much, okay? It's not that much. So rather than taking it from the baby, well, it's not precious cells. They're the vampires. It's cells for life, I think, are the good guys. But precious cells, no. I have contempt for the way that they work, because so much work's been done to educate new parents and midwives and obstetricians and birth workers about the importance of delaying cord clamping. Wait for the cord to be empty of blood. Wait for the placenta to be born, then cut and clamp. You don't have to cut the cord before the placenta's born, because it's really important that the placenta drains into the baby. Otherwise it's going to be bigger, have more residual blood volume in it, which makes it bigger and, you know, possibly bigger than nature intended for it to be to birth, okay? Now, you don't need to have early cord clamping to get enough blood, particularly if you want to save it for your child's future. That's another opportunity that people have available to them. It's still a bit science fiction, you know, they can't grow new limbs from it yet, but maybe in the future they can. The science isn't there yet, and yet some parents want to sort of freeze and store the blood so that it could be kept for that. Now, if you're a student of mine, I will make sure that you get one of these made by our beloved Peggy Coley. Andy, my husband's mummy, makes these beautiful cord ties, and they've got lots of different colours and things. And this, and I've done a live on this before, so just scroll back through my page.
The limited edition red and white one.
Yeah. Rather than using the plastic clip, can you zoom in, Fred? Blue. You're just going to tie it around the cord. Plastic clip's horrible. Why would you do that to your kid? Come on. It's just, you could use tooth floss, guys. It doesn't have to be a massive plastic clip. You just tie it around.
Cut it.
Knot it. I'm not going to knot this one too tightly because I want to, obviously, someone to have it. And that's it. That you pull that knot really tight. That's it. Done. Cut. Done. Back to me. So, in terms of cord blood banking, hello. In terms of cord blood banking, yeah, you can still do it with optimal cord clamping. Don't deprive your baby of the blood that they need to be strong and energetic and full of blood, so that they're ready for breastfeeding and doing what their body and their systems are evolved to do upon emergence from you into the world. So cool. That's what I wanted to say about that. Thank you.